Everybody, welcome to today's live stream. I'm Alex with Credit Suite. I'm filling in for Ty today, and we're going to be talking about Fundability Foundation. We're going to be going in deep into Fundability Foundation because it is probably one of the most overlooked aspects of building business credit and getting financing for your business that even the most established businesses need. And most of the established businesses overlook it. They just ignore Fundability and Fundability Foundation, and it's a huge mistake because it is one of the best kept secrets to getting funding for your business. Of course, you still need qualifications, but Fundability helps you get there. Before we get started, I want to highlight an event that we have this month, August 21st through the 23rd. It's called the Business Credit Building Challenge. You can scan the QR code if you're on your phone, or you can go to businesscreditbuildingchallenge.com and register today. That event is 3 days where we do an entire deep dive, everything from Fundability to the actual business credit accounts that you'll apply for. You can even get approved for business credit accounts during the challenge. We're going to show you exactly everything that you need to do to get set up with your business credit profile and how to build that business credit profile to help you get approved for financing in the future. So go ahead, register for that challenge today. It's in a few days, so you still have some time to register. But today we're going to be talking about Fundability Foundation. And what is Fundability? Fundability is this concept that Credit Suite has developed over the last several years as we work with hundreds and dozens of lenders and business loan brokers and the actual business owners to understand what goes into a business's ability to get financing. So we call this Fundability. It's the business's current ability to get financing based on a lot of different criteria. In fact, there are over 125 different fundability factors that we've split up into 5 main pillars of fundability. And Fundability Foundation is the first pillar that people really need to pay attention to. And like I said at the beginning, it's actually one of the most overlooked pillars of fundability. So just like your home is built on top of a foundation, big skyscrapers are built on big foundations. Your business needs to have a proper foundation to be built before it's lendable. Before credit issuers want to give that business credit, they need to understand that that business is able to take on that credit. It's able to take on that financing. Fundability Foundation is the key to allowing or to showing creditors and lenders that your business is ready for that financing. So we've set out actually a clear set of guidelines that you need to follow in your Fundability Foundation. And I'm going to talk about all of those today that you need to take into account and to pay attention to, whether you're a brand new business or an established business that's been doing great revenue, that's you maybe own your space that you're in, you're expanding, whatever your scenario is, Fundability Foundation is necessary and key to your business. So what are we going to be talking about today? Let's dive in. The first thing that I want to go over today is your business name. So business names are important, not only in the whole selection of marketing and how your business presents itself, but also from a standpoint of how your business is categorized within different risk levels. So your business name and the industry that you're in contribute overall to your business's ability to get financing. If you're in high risk industries or your name has risky industry terms within the name itself, your business can be categorized improperly and already present a level of risk before you even get started to applying for financing or business credit. So paying attention to how you name your business is key. And if you pay attention to the scrolling bar underneath, if you do have any questions throughout this presentation, go ahead, throw those in the chat, and I will get to those. In fact, I'm pulling up chat now. If you're just joining us, go ahead, throw in the chat wherever you are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're joining us from, throw that into the chat so that we know where you're coming in from. So going off of business name, the Secretary of State, depending on your state, is also likely going to require that your business name be unique and have certain criteria around it. So keeping high-risk industries out of the name is a good start to preventing your business from being incorrectly categorized by lenders and credit issuers. So keeping things like credit out of the name. If you're in the cannabis industry, keeping the word cannabis out of the name. Keeping the word casino out of your name. Things like that automatically categorize your business into the wrong space or into a risky space. The other thing that you have to consider about business name is how easy is that name to remember, and how easy is it to find that name online. Believe it or not, something that plays into your business's overall fundability foundation is the ability for lenders to find your business information online. And part of that business information is your business name. VJ from YouTube asks, how do we name a real estate investment company? Great question, VJ. There's all different ways that you can name a business without explicitly putting some high-risk industry into the name. You wouldn't necessarily want to call it VJ's Investment Coaching Company or something like that. If there are other things that you do, depending on what that investment company does, you can include those in the name. Consulting is less risky than real estate investing, for instance. But I suggest you actually have those things within your business. Another quick note is, and this is especially important for already established businesses, if you ever decide to change the business name in the future, that business name needs to be updated everywhere where your business records exist. That means with your Secretary of State. It means with your bank. It means with the credit that you already have issued. It means with all of the credit bureaus, DNB, Experian, and Equifax. It also means updating it with the IRS. Updating it anywhere where that business name exists is key. And this goes for everything else within your business fundability foundation, just like address, phone number, website, anything like that. We're going to go over those in a moment. But if anything changes, they all need to be updated everywhere. If you're going to write anything down, its congruency is key when it comes to fundability and business financing. Your information has to be the same everywhere. So let's transition from business name. If you have questions about business name or continue to have questions about business name, go ahead and throw that into the chat or into the comments. We'll be sure to answer those. But the next portion of Fundability Foundation is your business address. For those of you who are watching, put in, and if you're comfortable with it, put in if you use a home address for your business, if you use a physical address or a virtual address. And we'll see kind of where everybody lies. The most fundable address type, because we get this question a lot, is going to be a dedicated physical business address. From a fundability standpoint, this is the most credible to lenders and credit issuers. But in this day and age, we understand that a lot of businesses, especially newer businesses, don't have even a need for a physical address. So a home address is okay. The next best thing after that is a virtual address. If your business, if you don't want your home address to be associated with the business, then a virtual address is a good option to use. Now, you have to be careful with what kind of virtual address you select. Virtual addresses range in type from mailboxes all the way up to dedicated offices within a service like Regis or Alliance or DaVinci. There's tons of virtual address companies out there. Some are more reputable than others. What you have to stay away from is PO boxes, UPS boxes, and mailboxes. Mailbox services like iPostal are categorized differently than a virtual address at Regis. Even within Regis, there are different virtual address types that you have to pay attention to. So some addresses and even suite numbers are actually shared between multiple businesses, which can cause problems on the reporting side with the bureaus. So Monty from LinkedIn, welcome. You have a physical address, which is great. And a lot of your clients have virtual addresses, which is totally fine. We just talked about how to properly use virtual addresses within your business. So of course, physical address is best if you have it, particularly one that is not shared between multiple businesses. Sometimes suite numbers do work with splitting up businesses that are at a single building, but just make sure that it's classified properly with the postal system. And again, we never want to use mailbox services or actual mailboxes like PO boxes and UPS boxes. Just as like a quick note, iPostal, we get a lot of feedback. Like iPostal sees some approvals versus other virtual mailbox services. iPostal predominantly runs their mailboxes out of Staples locations and other business locations. A lot of business credit reports that lenders pull actually pull up a Google Street View of the business. And so if your business is out of a mailbox or out of a other business that's well known, lenders and credit issuers can see that, and it's going to look less legitimate. So address matters, and the type of address that you use matters pretty significantly. As I mentioned, we recommend using services. If you're going to use a virtual address, services like Regis, DaVinci, and Alliance is a particularly good one that we have seen the least number of problems with, and that most lenders and credit issuers still accept. Once you have your business name and address figured out, you can then move on to your business entity. Now, for most established businesses, you probably have a business entity like an LLC or a S Corp or C Corp. Those are required when it comes to getting financing for your business, even for the most basic starter vendors. You cannot build business credit as a sole proprietor. The SBA says the sole proprietor is for somebody who is experimenting with a business idea. It's not the actual business entity. Everything that you do under a sole proprietor is connected to you personally, whereas everything that you're doing under an LLC or a corporation are under those business entities. So just like you would build credit personally, now we want to be able to have a separate entity from you personally that we can establish credit under. And that, in order to do that, we need to have the proper entity set up. So there are all different kinds of tax implications when it comes to all of these different entities, but just making sure that you have an LLC or a corporate or another type of corporation filed with your Secretary of State is important. DBAs, or doing business as, is not an entity. You need to have an entity in order to have a DBA. You can have DBAs under sole proprietors, but as we just learned, sole proprietorships are not business entities. So not only does having a separate business entity reduce your personal liability overall, it is also giving you the ability to create an EIN number, which allows you to create business credit. And it also gives you more legitimacy and the ability to get different types of financing that otherwise would not be available to you if you did not have a separate business entity. So you need to make sure that your entity is set up in the same state as your business address. And the business address that you use to register your entity now needs to be used everywhere else. So when you create your business address, or when you create your entity, with one business address, that business address needs to be used when you open your bank account, needs to be used with the IRS when you file for your EIN number. It needs to be used when you apply for credit and financing, Because what happens, remember we said congruency is key. What ends up happening is if the address that you use on the application is different than your Secretary of State has, lenders don't like that. It does not look legitimate. It doesn't look like you're a legitimate business. And before your business even goes to underwriting, it could be flagged for fraud and declined. So making sure that your business address matches everywhere that it possibly can, including on the application, is vital. Business phone number and business national and local business listings. Your business phone number is important. Having a dedicated business phone is key. Put it in the chat wherever you are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, if you have a separate business phone number or if you're using your cell phone. As business owners, especially as new business owners, it's pretty easy to just have a cell phone or to have maybe an app that has a number that still rings to our cell phone. The problem with that is, one, we may not own that number, which makes it hard for us in the future, just from a standpoint of keeping consistency in phone numbers for our clients and our prospects if we ever need to move to a more sophisticated phone system. And two, having cell phones can't be listed in a lot of business listings from a technical standpoint. So when we go to actually list our business information within databases that our lenders and credit issuers pull from to verify information on the application, our phone number can't be listed or is a different phone number than what they have. And again, congruency in things like business name, phone number, address, website are all very, very important. So we need to have a separate business phone line. Voice over IP services like RingCentral are perfect for this. Your number and business information then needs to be listed with what we call local and national database listings. So there are services like Yext or DataAxle that are able to list your business information across multiple services. It used to be that you could just list your business information with 411. 411 is one of those databases that lenders do still pull from, a national 411 database, and you can use listyourself.net for that. But there are tons of other database listings that compile things like your social media profiles, your business website, your business phone number. All of this information gets compiled in various different databases. If you've ever heard of Yellow Pages, that's still around, and it still is used as one of the databases that lenders and credit issuers could pull from to verify business information. So making sure your business information is congruent and listed everywhere is important. So we talked about industry, high-risk industries, making sure that your name, business name, address, your business entity are all in alignment with these fundability foundation things. Something I skipped over is EIN numbers. So we did talk about updating your information with the IRS. EIN number also needs to be consistent, and the information that you use to get your EIN number needs to be consistent. For more in-depth information on everything that I just went over, we have a 3-part video mini series called the Fundability Mini Course. You can scan the QR code here, or go to creditsuite.com/foundation, and you can get access to that mini course for free. In addition to all of this stuff, your business website and email address also matter. So you can, from a lender standpoint, if my email address was alex@gmail.com versus alex@creditsuite.com, it would be a lot different. So you need to make sure that you're staying away from free mailbox services like Gmail, like Yahoo, and are actually using mail services that are attached to your business domain, like your whatever your website is .com. This adds legitimacy from a customer standpoint to your business. It also adds legitimacy from a lender standpoint. And as a marketer, I can tell you that you can't send marketing emails from a non-business domain name. So it's really important that you pay attention to all of the Fundability Foundation things, because, like you said, it's really easy to overlook all of what is included in Fundability Foundation. As established businesses, our things change. We move business locations, we move addresses, we may move websites, we may rename our businesses. And we actually have to go back through Fundability Foundation and reevaluate what needs to change, what needs to be updated with everywhere where we put that information. We make this really easy at Credit Suite through a software we call Fundability. Fundability walks you through every aspect of Fundability, including Fundability Foundation and everything we talked about here today, and then evaluates what, on a score, what your Fundability score is, and connects you with all of the different types of business financing that are important to your business. It's based on what you qualify for now based on your Fundability. So my Fundability score is 677 out of a possible 890. And we can go see exactly what I match with based off of the information I've provided in my Fundability profile. And I can also see what holds me back from other types of financing that I'm not matched with, so that I know exactly what I need to focus on within my overall Fundability, whether that be in Fundability Foundation, in my financials, in my business credit, in my personal credit and finances, or maybe in the application process that could hold me back from other types of financing that I would otherwise qualify for. So if I want to qualify for something other than trade vendor credit, like for instance, credit line hybrid, I know now that I need to improve my personal credit score and also my bankruptcies, or any bankruptcies or judgments that could be on my business credit. Let's see here. VJ from YouTube asks, can you get business credit as a rideshare like DoorDash, Uber, or Lyft? VJ, that is a fantastic question. And I ask every Uber driver, I think, that I've ever gotten in since I started working at Credit Suite, do you have an entity? And most of them say no, or what is an entity? So the answer to your question is yes. Ride shares like DoorDash or Uber or Lyft drivers can 100% build business credit. They should have an entity like an LLC or an S Corp. There are different tax implications to those too. So you should definitely pay attention or talk to a licensed CPA or tax attorney in your state that you trust, since I am not that. But there are benefits to having that entity beyond just business credit. For instance, using that entity for expenses on fuel, car, and on maintenance expenses. All of that can be handled by the business. And at the same time, you can use fuel cards and fleet, what we call fleet credit, to help run that business. So VJ, in your specific example, somebody like an Uber, DoorDash driver would greatly benefit from fleet credit, like A to B fleet credit, TA Petro 76, all of these services that actually extend credit that reports to the 3 major business credit bureaus, and does not report to your personal credit. And so you're able to get credit in the business name rather than in your name personally. Flynn from Facebook asks, fleet credit asks for personal guarantees, right? The answer to that is it depends. I can click on no personal guarantee. It now removes in our system all of the accounts that would require a personal guarantee. And you can see we still have fleet credit that does not require a personal guarantee. Flynn, as far as your question is concerned, there are all sorts of vendors out there that may require a personal guarantee if the business credit is not properly built. And so you may need to establish better Fundability Foundation or more aspects of your Fundability before applying for those accounts. Great question. The answer is yes, some accounts do require it, and no, other accounts do not require a personal guarantee. All right. Well, so everything we covered again today, just as a reminder, is we did a deep dive on Fundability Foundation. That's everything from your business name, the industry that you're in, what type of entity you have, the information you use to file for your EIN, your website, business phone number, business address. Everything that goes into Fundability Foundation is key to getting business credit and financing for your business, whether you are starting today or whether you've been in business for 10 years. Flynn from Facebook asks, I need help. How can you help me build business credit? Flynn, that is a fantastic question. If you scan the QR code or go to creditsuite.com/consult, you'll be able to schedule time with one of our team members here at Credit Suite. And they can also answer any additional questions about our new Fundability software. So Fundability is the main way that we help businesses build business credit and get access to financing. The way that we do that is the software walks you through a series of questions about your business, where your business is, and it will give you a very clear picture of where your business is today, Finn, so that you can access the type of financing that you qualify for now. And it shows you the clear path to more financing in the future. So as we were going over this, we were talking about Fundability Foundation. If I just filled out Fundability Foundation and some of these other aspects of Fundability that we did not talk about today, I can now see what business credit accounts I actually qualify for by going into trade vendors. I can also see what types of financing and business loans and credit lines I'm qualified for, or I should say Fundability matched to. So for instance, retirement account financing, I do have a 401k that I can leverage to get cash for my business to grow my business. So again, if you want help building your business credit, improving your fundability, and getting access to business to loans and credit lines, go to creditsuite.com/consult or give us a call at 877-600-2487, and we can definitely help you out and get you into Fundability system, which is what I'm showing right here. As part of the Fundability system, you also can get access to Bureau Insights, which is a compiled report from DNB, Experian, and Equifax that even pretty much shows you exactly what a lender or credit issuer sees when they pull information about your business. So this is what a lender or credit issuer sees. We can see this is an example account, of course. We can see all sorts of information about the business credit history of this business, any kind of business firmographic information. This is what a lender and credit issuer sees, and it goes into our overall fundability. So knowing all of these different things is incredibly overwhelming, or can be overwhelming for business owners. And so we've made it as simple as possible for a business to just plug in some information and see what they're matched to. Great question, Finn. Thank you. Well, I don't see any additional questions. So I thank everybody for coming today and learning about Fundability Foundation and doing a deep dive with me. And I appreciate you sticking with me. I know I'm not Ty, but I enjoy hanging out with everybody, and thank you. If you have any additional questions as you're watching this or rewatching this, go ahead, throw those into the comments. We'll go back and respond to them. And if you're interested, we do have an event at the end of this month, August 21st through the 23rd. Is called the Business Credit Building Challenge. It's a 3-day event where we break down everything in Fundability. We go over all of the different things that you really need to focus on to build business credit successfully. Ignoring what's going on in all of the endless forums or Facebook groups or whatever, where people are just showing you approvals without actually telling you how they got there. We're going to show you how they got there and got to that approval. And you can even get approved for business credit during the challenge. So if you want to attend the Business Credit Building Challenge, scan this QR code or go to businesscreditbuildingchallenge.com and you'll be able to register for that challenge. And again, if you want help now and you already know that you want help getting business credit and financing for your business, you can go to creditsuite.com/consult, and you can schedule some time with our team, or just give us a call at 877-600-2487, and we'll be able to help you right away with Fundability. All righty. Thank you, everybody.
Easily access business credit and funding to grow your business through the unique Fundability system by Credit Suite. Access your Fundability score to see how fundable your business is right now, and in one click, exponentially increase your ability to get approved for credit and loans. Funding Explorer integrates with your business credit data to show you all business credit cards, loans, and credit lines you can qualify for now. And it shows you simple changes you can make to your Fundability to unlock even more funding options. The Fundability system gives you access to the largest supply of high-limit business credit cards, vendor accounts, and auto financing that actually protect your personal credit and finances. And you get access to loans and credit lines through over 1,000 lending sources. Get the most money to grow your business at the best terms, quickly and easily with Fundability.